gonna pull it out.
Whoa! Hear me. Oh my God, are you okay? Are you? Poor Katie is suffering from
Mental abuse.
I don't need ID.
She hates me. Sweet Madeline!
Whoa. People are not gonna want to listen to this if you're yelling.
You just have to whisper. Okay.
So I usually choose my guests. These people just showed up and invited themselves to my podcast.
We actually just walked in the door. We don't know her. ASMR. Welcome to Sippin' Sundays with the kids.
Wait, what is this called? It's Friday.
What is this podcast called?
Sippin' Stories.
No, sips and stories. The titles I wanted it to be, but I think it's just going to be a caption.
Juicy Couture.
No, it's pop the wine, spill the tea.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
spill the tea.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea. You'll never know.
Are you ready?
Spill some of your
I'm
own
nervous.
tea.
Are you nervous? My tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked me questions. I had a great time wine tasting with Arturo and Griselda the other day.
That's not juicy.
I took girl. You know. Oh my God, where's the juicer?
We don't have to talk about it.
Where do you go?
We don't.
Let's
have
talk
to
about
talk
it.
about it.
I got.
No, we're gonna ask questions because, like, what? Oh yeah, I'll open up, ask them questions, throw them, get that ammunition going, girl. Where's the oranges? Where's the limes? Actually, I want some celery. Put me some spinach. I need some juice in my juicer. No triggering. There's no guns.
Katie, are you okay?
No.
Watch my camera die right now. Like,
What's your
advice
takeaway?
do you give to yourself and to others?
I would give that to somebody being like, hey, you know, there's somebody that truly can appreciate you for what you're worth, and don't let somebody make you feel like you're not worth what you are.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you realize it and
Yeah.
are able to pinpoint it and set boundaries, because I think setting boundaries is the
It's hard.
biggest thing. It's hard.
And some people have abandonment issues, and you know, like that's really hard to work
And
through
that's
too.
really, really hard for
Mhm.
some people. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because that's where the like we were talking about earlier, the narcissism and the manipulation comes in. It's because of that like being afraid, being afraid of losing that person. So what are you going to do to make sure that this person doesn't leave? And that's when that manipulation comes in, that narcissism comes in, and some don't realize it, some people do, and they choose to ignore it, because at the end all they want is to make sure that you're not going to leave, because who knows how they're going to feel when you do leave.
Khloe Kardashian and Mel Robbins, and one thing that really stuck with me was with Mel
We're
Robbins.
cutting that out.
with Mel Robbins, she said anxiety is the killer of most and all. And in that situation, the way that anxiety attacks is it makes you feel like you're not good enough. And it gets you into a flight situation mentally to where you feel like you can't grasp that you can ground yourself and that you are good enough. And I think that just kind of coming back to, hey, you know, I can get through this is something that a lot of people really struggle with. And they lead with the anxiety, and then it comes into narcissism, and then it just goes, it trickles into a really toxic mental environment. And I'm
It's like a spiral. Yeah. I think that's actually a really good topic to talk about, because I feel like not like a lot of people can relate to that, and it could be friendship or relationship, whatever it is. Like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start the podcast was because I want people to share their stories like this, where it could be anywhere from like relationship, career, it could be fitness, whatever you want. But it's like the raw story of everything, where you know how like a lot of people show themselves like on social media where they're one thing. That's one of the biggest things in this world nowadays with social media and everything. It's like we see all these highlights, we see the wonderful in everybody, because obviously no one's gonna put in their bad part, right? No one's gonna say like
People are only showing the best version.
exactly. But in reality, it's like behind closed doors, you can portray yourself as being this amazing human being, but in reality, you're not. And I feel like the reason why I wanted to do this is because it's not like that. With whatever you're fighting in your life, whether it's that or something else, it's ugly at some point, you know? And I feel like there just needs to be more of that in the social media realm, because we're just so accustomed to seeing good. And then that also fucks up with your mental health too, because then you're on the other side of the screen where you're like, damn, I don't have my shit together, but everyone here is like thriving. And when in reality, they're probably not. But it's because of what they're portraying.
They're just showing the best of what their life is. How do you feel? What are your boundaries with friendships? Like, what is a line that has been crossed with you recently that you are just like, I don't accept that?
Like, it gets to the point where the behavior is not okay, and you really have to put that foot down, and you start seeing people's true colors. And for me, I feel like I've always been like a people pleaser, where I'm like yes to everything, and I've always wanted to be on everybody's good side. But the older I get, and the more I start realizing like that's not okay. And it's not okay for people to treat you that way, and it's not okay for you to dim your light just because you know these people are going to treat you this way, or if you don't act that way, like whatever it is, you're going to please them, and you're going to put yourself down just to please them, and it's not okay. Like, just because like you're going through something doesn't mean you have to treat people like shit. Like, you don't know, I might be going through the same fucking thing, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to treat my friends like shit. Like, you have to come to that mindset where you're like, am I okay with cutting you off? And yes, I am okay, because I'm not going to tolerate this BS. And if you are going to get upset about it, the door's right there, my friend, you know? But if you're willing to be like, you know what, you're right, we're going to talk about it, I was having a fucking fit or something, then like, let's work through this, because you're my friend and I care about you. But if you're going to be that person that's going to get offended with what I'm calling you out on, then we're not friends. We're older now, you know, where it's like we're not doing this little bickering back and forth like we're in high school. We're way over that bullshit. And if you're not going to be acting like that, then I don't want you in my circle.
Yeah. It's also just like the older you get, the more you learn that like taking accountability and recognizing
that part.
Accountability
is a big one.
Oh yeah.
Taking
If you don't, I'm like, are you okay?
Oh
the
yeah.
toxic behaviors or the repetitive patterns that you or someone else is doing is huge. I'm getting older. I am realizing that I'm getting wiser, and I understand like what I do and don't want.
Yeah.
So
and at this time and age, you need to accept that. Like, take the constructive criticism. Like, you don't you don't need to get defensive. Like, if anything, I want my friends to be like, hey, Griselda, you're acting out of pocket. Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? What can we do for you to be like getting your shit together? Because you have responsibilities. Like, I want my friends to be like, hey, you have a kid, you have this, you have that, you're spiraling out, let's sit down and let's fucking talk about it. If you don't do that and you see me acting a type of way and you're just like, oh, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her, then you're not my friend.
What if somebody comes to you and say, for instance, you shut down, how does that person move forward with that?
What do you mean?
Shut down response to me personally, if I talk to someone and they shut down on me, that just goes to show that like they don't care enough.
They want to shut down and leave.
And yeah.
No, I don't know. I can piggyback on that, but you finish what you're saying.
If I bring something up and someone dismisses me or doesn't want to talk about it, like let's say it's something that has to do with us, it's affecting me and it's affecting you, and I bring something up to your attention that's bothering me, and you shut down on me, for me, I don't like that. Like, if I'm bringing something to your attention, mind you, like, yeah, of course the delivery matters. Like, if I was to come at you like hot-headed and be like, yo, what the fuck, trying to like, you know, call you out or something,
instead of coming at it with caring,
instead of coming at you like, hey, like this is bothering me, like what's going on. If you were to give me a shutdown response when I'm coming to you like cordial, that to me is a little offensive, because I'm like, okay, I'm genuinely trying to like get to the bottom of this and talk it out and figure it out, but you want to shut me down, and I don't like that type of response, because to me that's just like dismissive. And so I'm kind of like, okay, that's how you want to treat this, cool, like I'm gonna back off, but like that just means like I'm gonna back off for a while.
Yeah. I actually have like a lot of friends that have been upset with me, like including Osmara for one occasion. Yes. But there's been,
but we talked it out.
We did.
Now we know.
But there's actually a couple other friends that have been upset with me because of this reason, though, because I am that shutdown person where if I'm not ready to talk to you, I'm not ready to talk to you. And I have my own reasons, and are because I have a history of being mean, like super mean, and my emotions get the best of me, where I know that I'm going to say something that I'm going to regret. And if you come at me in that moment, I'm going to be mean. And I'm going to say things that I don't want to say, but I will say them because I'm feeling a type of way. The adrenaline is high, and I'm going to say some shit that you don't want to hear. And it could be honest, it could be not, but I'm going to say some mean things. And so I've learned over the years that I can be that person, that ugly person, and it just runs in my blood. And the way that I control it is me stepping back. It's me shutting down and being like, I'm not ready to talk to you right now. Even though I have friends like Osmara, like she's not the only one, but they're like, I want to hash it out right now. I'm not ready to hash it out. Because if I hash it out right now, I'm going to say things that I don't want to. And so I'm going to wait. But that's my point of view. It's where I'm going to step back and just isolate myself until I relax and like I can put my emotions down and be like, all right, chill, you know? And then when I get to that point, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to talk. But some people don't like that. Yeah. And I think it's hard to understand people like that.
I appreciate with people like that, because I'm very much like Osmara. What I appreciate is the communication. Hey, I see that you want to talk about this right now, but this time right now is not good for me, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. So give me some time. We will talk about this later.
And I love that.
Communication is key, because communication is the key to every single relationship. However, leading it back to the whole situation, I think I find this in any relationship, whether it is friendship or with a specific like person, your person, it comes down to the attachment style. So you have the avoidant attachment, which is very much so yours, and then the anxious attachment, which is very much so ours. And the anxious is where it's very much so stimulated under anxiety, being like, what did I do wrong? Let's fix this. Where you guys are more like, I need to get away, I need to run, I need to isolate, and I need to gather my thoughts, think about what happened, and then kind of come back to the situation. I find that so fascinating, because the brain is just so wild the way that it works.
Everyone's so different.
Because it's crazy, like you said, because when I'm in that moment, like the fight or flight mode, my brain is like spiraling and I'm angry and fumes.
I can be like that too, though. Like I will say, like I definitely have my moments. Obviously, context matters, and it really just depends on the situation and what kind of like argument or disagreement you are having with whatever person. But I will say, like, when it is like a heated argument or disagreement, like I'm the same way, where like I will get so emotionally worked up that I can't find the words to properly like have a conversation. So I also like shut down in that moment. But I think what I'm talking about is like, especially now as adults, like, our temperament is like a little bit more easier to handle, and we have more patience now. But I will say, like a few years back, you would have pissed me off, and I would have like snapped. Like,
but you also live and learn with like a lot of those experiences. Like you said, like back then you would have reacted a certain way, and I'm sure now
I've seen you mad girl.
I know, but like now you've like gone through your experiences, and you're like, all right, like we're grown, we're not going to act like that anymore, we're going to take like a couple steps back. I think what I've struggled with is more of like, when you do find me in that situation, I'm going to feel attacked, and I don't like that. And that's why even a simple like, which, and I'm glad we're talking about it because I can hear your point of view now. I'm like, yeah, that's actually really good advice. So next time I will use that because before it's like, even if I'm in that mode and if Osmara reached out to me, I'd be like, and says any little thing, even though it's not even coming out like that, I'm going to feel attacked just because that's just how my brain is. That's how I was raised. But we're learning.
Communication does, though, for the other person is grow respect for you. It's like, wow, I really respect that I see that they're struggling, but they have given me that communication for our relationship to work on it. Give them some time.
And I'm not going to lie, I have gotten better where I used to shut down and just isolate myself. Like now I'm upset, and now it's easy for me to be like, I'm upset. I don't want to talk right now. But that's like
instead
with
of
him.
just like not saying anything, ignoring and being pissed off.
Exactly.
Internally.
So and now he's like, okay, you're upset. I won't like pick at you. I'll leave you alone. Which so like in that sense, I'm like, yeah, I can communicate that with him where I'm like, don't talk to me right now. Don't touch me. Don't do anything because I am in that moment. And he's like, okay. So he leaves me alone, which is great. And then we could talk about it later.
I'm the same way. Like I still have my moments where like I don't have the patience, and then like if I do get in an argument with Tim, I'll I'm better at using my words and being like, you're gonna really upset me right now, and I'll literally say that, and then that's when he knows I'm being serious.
Like, oh shit!
And then I'm like on the verge of like losing my mind, and then he's like,
okay, not Timmy watching this being like, well, oh, what the fuck?
I still have my moments though. Like I'm not saying I still don't go batshit crazy sometimes because I do sometimes. Especially if it's that time of the month and my hormones are out of whack. Like
Jesus.
And it's not something I'm proud of, but it's like I'm also human. Like you can't.
Don't look at the camera.
Go 30
perfect.
Minutes.
30 minutes. My phone hasn't time.
Nice.
Kudos. All right, that's the end of good night.
And
I'm just kidding. I don't have any more. Are you gonna share with me?
Are you done?
Huh?
Oh, we
share with me.
it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You said the story's not done.
Oh,
I gotta clear my memory to make
Pop another bottle. The fuck? You got a whole fridge.
I have a fucking appointment tomorrow, dude.
We'll cancel it.
Oh yeah.
So what thing I told you?
No. Who said we're doing puzzles?
You said you're disturbing my peace. All right, we'll take a little pause.